Okay, let us continue. You're welcome. Okay, this is where we stopped in the last class, and we are just going to start painting now. So we are going to start with the eyes. I'm going to show you how I do paint my eyes. So let's get started. So before you start painting the eyes, the first thing you need to do is to create a new layer. Make sure the layer is underneath all your sketches, because now we are moving to painting, and painting is going to be below all the sketches above. So now let's go. So on hide the real image, increase the opacity to 100, click back on the layer that you want to paint your eyes, and let us zoom in. Now the way I paint my eyes is I pick a color from the eyes and I paint it at that particular position where I pick the color. So it's just like, for example, you pick your okay, let us go and select our brush. The brush that we're using to paint is our normal felt pen. So put it, no, don't leave the color, since it is the color we pick that we are going to use to paint. So
You know how to reject the you know how to reject that kind of
so like I was saying, you pick the color, like choose your pick tool, then pick a color, and at that point where you pick the color, you are going to paste that color.
Thomas will okay.
Okay, you're welcome. As I was
That's not
saying,
English speaking English normally. English speaking English. Wait, physically. You know, you know, we know.
let's continue. So we are going to pick and drop the colors as it is, so till when there is no other space to paint, then you stop. Okay, let's go. Make sure you reduce your brush as you go, because the smaller the size, the smaller the brush. So it's very easy, just pick a color and drop the color at that point at which you pick the color, then that's all. The same thing we do for the right hand side is the same thing we are doing for the left hand side.
I said don't be entry my that.
Sorry, it's not come right here.
Oh yeah.
Okay, sorry, don't mind the underground voice you are hearing. uh Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. So when you are done, you check it to see if there are any other spaces that are yet to be filled. Let us change our background color to a color different from white, so that we can see what you are painting. To change your background color, at this space here you see the white background, so you just click on it, then you change the color to whatever color you want. So now we can see the places that are empty. You just pick one color and you paint it. You pick the color and you paint it. Hmm? Okay, so the next thing that you need to know, okay, is after you've picked and pasted the colors where they are supposed to be, the next thing we are going to do is that we are going to smudge it. So, and how are we going to smudge? Okay, we are going to go to our brush, then scroll to where you are going to see smudge. So, this point here, sorry, smudge. So, and the brush we are going to be making use of is smudge soft round brush. Okay, smudge soft round brush. This is the brush we are going to be using, and this is the name of the brush, smudge soft round brush 2. Smudge soft round brush 2. So after we are done, we are going to move to settings. So when we get to settings, click on settings. Now the informations here, the flow and the strength, is what you are going to do in your own app. Make sure the flow of the brush, smudge brush, is 7% and the strength is 3%. The size depends on the area you are smudging. The size of the brush depends on the area that you are smudging. So flow 7%, strength 3%. So then we move on. We select the brush, then we zoom into our work and we smudge. Since the area we are smudging is a small area, we're going to reduce the size of the brush, and the way we smudge a particular object is by moving the brush, like moving your thumb sideways, left and right. So let me show you. Right, left, right, left, right, left. This is how you smudge. You turn, you smudge. This is how you smudge. So make sure you are on that layer and you apply your smudge. Watch the impact that will happen on the painting. You see that the smudge smoothens it smoothens the area, it smoothens the shape, the color, sorry, it smoothens the color to make it, blend together. So once we are done, our eyes will now be looking realistic. So this is how I create my eyes. I draw my eyes. You pick the color, you paste the color, and you smudge the color. Exactly, you can see the difference now. So we do the same for left and the right hand side. Sorry. Make sure the size of your brush is not too big for the eyes, because if it is too big, this is what you will see. You can see it's the effect is more than when it is small. Sorry about that. Okay, so we undo and start all over again. So in this segment, we are just going to paint the eyes and work on the eyes and the eyeballs. I'll show you how I do my eyeballs and everything. So you just have to follow the procedure, and once you follow the procedure you'll be getting the same results. So the next thing we are going to do is we have to fill up this part that is empty, and we are going to select a darker pink color. Create another layer. Is there anything on this layer? Okay, nothing. Delete. Create another layer. Go to your normal fountain pen. Go to your color and select pink. Select a darker pink and zoom in and paint it. So we are not done yet. We are going to now add a white color on this layer, so that it will just remove some part of the different colors that are there. So we just add a white color on it, and the brush that we are going to create a new layer above it. Make sure that you are making good use of layer. If you want to add something on top of something, you create the layer above that thing. If you want to add something below something, you create the layer below that layer that you want it to be on top. So the brush we are going to be using, click on the brush, is soft airbrush. Under traditional you find the soft airbrush. So you select the soft airbrush, then you scroll up to select the white color. You reduce the size of the brush, then you just add it like that. It should not cover everywhere, just faintly. So just add from the edge of the black to the front a little. So let me hide the layer and you see the difference. You can see the difference. So you do the same for this one too, just small. So that's that. I can see something here, so let me clean it. Just eraser. Okay, the next thing we are going to do now is the eyeball. We are working on the eyeball. So I don't like my eyeball to just be black. I love adding other colors, like what did they call it, the lens now. Exactly. So you create a layer above the black eyeball. See, that's where the black eyeball is, and you create a layer above it. You can see this is just a step by step. So if you follow it closely, you are going to get the same result. So, and the color I will be using for the lens is which color should I use? Okay, let me use blue. So I start with a darker blue. You can see where it is. You can see where my So let us just be around this area. Then you use add airbrush to fill it in. Add airbrush to fill it in. Make sure the opacity of the brush is at 100%. Reduce the size of the brush. Then you color. You just form a circle. Sorry, it's too much. Okay, so this eye is done. Just do something like that. You go to the next eyeballs and you okay. Then the next thing you're going to do, is to create a new layer above it. You create a new layer above it. You change your color from this blue to black. You change your brush to fountain pen. Then you zoom in very well. You come to the second icon at the top and you choose draw styles, and you choose, then you use your hand to form the circle like this. Make sure it is looking like a perfect circle. Exactly. Then you click on it again, you choose the fill button and you fill it up twice. Then okay. Then you click on the second icon again and choose transform. Then you reduce it. And set it this way. Make sure you don't do like this. No, reduce it. Cover the top, but make sure there are some particles of the blue showing round about it, like this. So then you click on it. Then you move to the second eyes. The same thing. Click on that. Click on draw styles. Click on oval. Then make sure it's in circle form. Then you click on fill. Double click twice. But you are not going to immediately press transform here. The reason why you're not going to immediately press transform here, because if you press transform here, it's going to affect the other circle that you've created. Now I want to show you how I mean. Now if I click on transform, now if I want to move it, you can see that the other circle is moving with it, because both of them are on the same layer. So to prevent that, click on that second, click on selection, then draw something around that thing that you want to move. What this means is that you are selecting a particular object in a layer, that this is the only object that you want any action to be performed on. So once you've selected this around the circle, you click on the second, you click on transform, then you see that it's the only one that will move. Make sure you cover the top like I said, and exactly. Now let's go and check our other circle. You can see that it did not leave where it was. I want to make an adjustment to this one, so select no, not transform, select selection, then select transform. Then accept. So we are moving. So the next thing is click on the small colors, then select this, select that thing in that circle. If you select it, you see that it shows last color. That means we are going back to what the previous blue that we used. because we need the color back. Why do we need the color? Go to the layers. Now you know that we created a layer above this color blue. We created a black layer above it. Now we are moving below it. We are coming down. You can see I created a layer in between this black and this blue. Why? Because I want to put something underneath the black. So going back to the color, click on it. Now choose a lighter blue, then go to layer, click on the layer that you want to draw that blue on, and come to this blending. When you come to blending, if you click on it, you'll see different blend modes: luminosity, color, saturation, hue, add light, soft light, overlay, soft glow, linear dodge, color dodge, screen lightning, linear blur, color blur, multiply, darken, and normal. Now you will know more about this when we continue in our drawing, but right now the only effect we want to use here is soft glow. Now click on soft glow. The reason for using soft glow is because I want to make the color to pop. I want it to glow. Exactly, I want it to pop so that when people see it, they will actually love the art. They will love the artwork. So we click on it. But now we are using fountain pen now. Fountain pen to add it. Fountain pen. So this is what you now do. You can see that the effect is actually, showing. Exactly, this is the first thing that you do. Just create a line round about it. Exactly. Then the next thing, increase the brush. Then you just add it in all these places. You can see, if I off it, you can see that the difference is clear. Exactly, the difference is clear. Just a little bit of tweak. So but we are going to have to reduce it. Exactly, so leave it like this, and above this black we are creating a new layer. Then we are adding white now. So increase the size of the brush, let's say 6.3, then just drop it there. It's too much. Exactly, but I think it's too much. So twice, add it there, and this one again too. Then the next thing is reduce the brush now. Reduce the opacity. I hope you are taking this lesson slowly. Hope I'm not too fast. Okay, reduce it slowly. Reduce the opacity to, you can either you reduce the opacity from here, or you click on it, you go to settings, and you reduce the opacity from here. It depends. So then you add it here. You add it here twice. Just add that effect. So now our picture is coming up. So that's that about the eyes. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is painting of the face, the lips, and the clothes.